Sudan is on the verge of a humanitarian disaster. The war has forced almost 1.4 million people to flee their homes to neighboring countries like Chad, Egypt and South Sudan. Areas around the capital, Khartoum, have been hit by widespread looting, regular power cuts and water shortages.
The collapse of law and order inside a big country will be the perfect fertile ground for human trafficking, which is already quite thriving in the east of the country, as we know very well. And now, with a lot of people desperate to move on, this will be very, very much a risk to be reckoned with. But not, as always, please, let's close all our borders. That's not the response, but addressing the causes of that. And finally, and this is not my expertise, but I think it's to be kept in mind, is the possibility that all the weapons that are now being circulating, spread out in fragile countries.
The World Food Programme says some 17,000 metric tons of food aid have been lost since the start of fighting in the northeast African country. The United Nations and aid groups say despite the truce, they've struggled to get bureaucratic approvals and security guarantees to transport aid and stuff to Khartoum and other places of need.
Quite apart from the assessed 16 million people who would find it very difficult to afford a meal a day, this conflict, compounded by the hunger season, would increase the food insecure population by about 2.5 million people who definitely would slip into the hunger category in the coming months.
In a rare video that has been released, Sudanese Army Chief General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan says they've agreed to a ceasefire extension to ease citizens' access to services.
This battle that we are fighting is on behalf of the Sudanese people. The goal is the Sudanese people. As you can all see what happened to the Sudanese people. We don't want to use deadly force. We still have not used maximum force. We don't want to destroy the country, but we will use force to do so if the enemy does not obey or listen to the voice of reason.
The truce was brokered and is being monitored by Saudi Arabia and the United States of America. But it's been violated by both parties.
Sudan cannot be ruled by the military. The population will reject that. So there's no, if any of the generals think that they are conducting this war between themselves in order that one of them becomes the permanent ruler of Sudan, it's a false hope. It won't work. So, but the AU must assist them to come back to this issue of a final status negotiation.
The army and the Rapid Support Force had held their top positions on Sudan's ruling council since former leader Omar al-Bashir was toppled during a popular uprising in 2019. Khumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.